Live from Holy Trinity High School in Hicksville, New York, it's time for a CHSAA matchup between the Titans of Holy Trinity High School and the Flyers of Chaminade High School. Hello and good evening, everybody. I'm Jack Like. I'm joined here alongside my friend Patrick Ornello, and we are due for a great game here between these two amazing CHSAA teams. Last time these two teams faced off, Titans got the better half of that one. They're still coming into this game with only one loss. Pat, let's look at what happened last time these two teams faced off. Pat, what did we see last time these two teams faced off? What happened?
Well, you know, last time they had excellent shot creating from players like Ayeye, Reed, Miles Reed, Tristan Thomas hitting 5 threes. Ayeye knocking down the free throw there. And, you know, they played excellent defense also against this strong Flyers offense, limiting to only 72 points, them scoring over 90.
Well, it was a great game between those two teams, and we were so lucky to watch it. That was actually hosted at Chaminade. So now we're going to send it down to the court where we're going to see the starting lineups, and we're going to break down these two lineups. Here's the Holy Trinity lineup. We're seeing the lineup that we see for almost every game, Pat. Pat, can you break down this lineup for us? Who are we seeing?
Well, Thomas coming out right now. Last game, he hit a game-winning 3 at the buzzer to beat Doms. And we have Miles Reed, Ryan Reed, the Reed brothers, great combo in guards. Ayeye, amazing three-point shooter, and Jagger, top 100 Newsday pick.
Well, we come back here. It's the Titans and the Flyers here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. So, Pat, let's talk about this Chaminade team, very competitive coming into this game here at Holy Trinity High School. Who's the key component of this Flyer team?
Well, if I had to pick one person, it would be the Dillon brothers, Lucas Dillon, Kyle Dillon. Kyle Dillon dropped 40 off Lehigh. You know, he's an excellent shot creator, excellent defender. Same with Lucas Dillon, only 5'10" and can get up in the rim and yam it.
Well, we are ready for some CHSAA basketball tonight. It's tip-off, and the Flyers are going to win it. Like we said, these teams, two teams have already faced already. Starting five is pretty similar for the Titans, like they usually go. They're wearing their all-white uniforms with the green trim. See a foul called on the way up, and we're going to see two shots taken by Lucas Dillon. Pat just talked about these two Dillon brothers. Here's the younger one of the two, Lucas, and he's going to drain the first shot. And the second one's no good. Ayeye gets the rebound, quickly passes it over to Ryan Reed, who's going to push quickly past half court. Verzosa spin around, finds an angling Thomas, who just can't finish as he attempts to scoop it up for two. Picking it back up is Michael Wedd. A lot of passing going on this Chaminade team. Driving to the basket and pushing up is Kyle Dillon, and he's going to finish for two.
Well, Kyle Dillon just pushes his way into Ayeye, finishes over him for an easy two.
So the Titans are back at it, trailing by 3. And there's Verzosa spinning around in the paint, and Pat, this Titans team has been struggling the past couple of games that we've seen. They did get the win against St. Dom's, but it was a tough one that they really had to fight it out, coming back from, I believe, 14 points at one point. And then before that, facing off against a very good St. Anthony's team where they suffered a loss. What do you think's going on in these last two games of the Titans? Maybe just not lucky getting the shots to fall like they were early on in the season?
Well, I think it's just the easy shots, the easy layups that they just can't get to fall. A little bit of unluckiness there.
There's the Titans back at it. We see Thomas in the paint pushing through, and really putting up no fight is Lucas Dillon. We can get into it a little bit, but that's St. Dominic's game where we saw a corner three and the buzzer beater by Thomas was just amazing to get the win. We saw an attempted corner three by Chaminade. That was a miss. Titans got it back, and they're going to miss it again on their half of the court. Dillon angling in, pushing on the baseline. He's going to lose it. Gets past two Titans, and picking it back up is a Fryer. He's going to get fouled on the way up. The basket counts. That's Kyle Dillon.
Well, it just slipped out of the hands there from Lucas Dillon right into the hands of Kyle, his brother. And Kyle just takes the job into his own hands, finishes, and one. Chance at a three-point play here.
Titans not off to the fastest start, but they are not used to coming from behind. Here's Ryan Reed going over to Verzosa. A lot of passing going on outside the three-point line. Trying to find Thomas in the paint. There's Miles Reed pushing through the defense, stepping back for a shot. It's going to go off the tip of the rim. Flyers back at it. Nice job as Flyers are going to lose it. Verzosa picks it up, pushing in and trying to muscle it up, but can't get the layup to fall, and this is definitely frustrating for the Titans. Lucas Dillon outside the arc. Goes over to Kyle Dillon, who spins around in the paint, pops back, goes off the base, of the middle. It's a rebound by the Titans. Scores 6-2 still. Ayeye powering through, muscling it up. He's going to put 2 on the board for the Titans.
Well, Ayeye takes matters into his own hands, finishes. As this Titans team is struggling to finish at the rim, Ayeye finishes that one.
Dillon over to Elwood, who fakes a shot. He's guarded by Verzosa. Kicks it back out to Wed. Nice steal by Ryan Reed as he intercepts the pass intended for Lucas Dillon. He's going to miss his layup as well. And I cannot imagine that Coach Ganus is very happy with his team right now.
A little bit of common theme early in the game here as the Titans are struggling to get these layups in.
Flyers triggering it back in. And pushing through. That's Dillon. Rebound by Thomas. Back over to Miles Reed, pushing down the baseline. Just can't scoop it up. Can it fall back in? Thomas gets the rebound, powering through. Found the way up. The basket counts.
Well, Tristan Thomas, a Newsday Top 100 pick here on this Titans team, along with Verzosa, takes the offensive rebound into his own hands, finishes through contact. One shot for him coming up.
We'll see if the Titans can take back the lead and finish off this three-point play. And they can, after a little bit of work had to go on over at the basket. Not very often you see a shot like that pop all the way up and then head right in. Flyers back at it. They're trailing for the first time in this game right now. Kyle Dillon along the baseline, kicks it out to Michael Weed. Tries to spin it around. That would have been a heck of a shot. Rebound by Thomas. And he's going to send it over to Verzosa, who's going to pop a three off the base of the rim. Now in the corner for a three of his own is Kyle Dillon. It's good. Ayeye at the outside of the arc as he tries to push through. Here's Miles Reed now powering through around the much taller Diego Dersch. Popping around, nice shot by Lucas Dillon, the sophomore out of Bayside, just inside the charity stripe.
Well, Dillon gets that little jump stop over the defender and finishes the mid-range jumper.
After a short-lived Titans lead, they are back to trailing by 4 here. Still not going down without a fight. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. There's a three for the Flyers. That's good.
Well, that's 3 back-to-back-to-back threes for the Flyers. They're on fire right now.
Ryan Reed over to Ayeye. I think the Titans' game plan here has been trying to find Thomas in the paint. And occasionally we'll see Ayeye drive in. He's going to lose it. Just barely gets it out to Miles Reed. 9 seconds on the shot clock. No one inside the arc for the Titans except for Miles Reed as he charges through, and he's going to get called for an offensive foul. No, Pat, what'd you think on that one?
Well, I feel like the defender had his feet planted, but Miles Reed kind of scooped around him, and I wouldn't really call a charge there. Ref calls a charge there, goes the other way, Flyers ball.
So Lucas Dillon bringing it back up now for the Flyers, but rightfully so. We're going to see Coach Ganus call a timeout. Maybe not. Is that timeout or is that tech? Oh, I believe it was actually a technical foul, called on Coach Ganus.
No, it was because the Titans had 6 players on the floor, and they were calling Miles Reed to go off the court.
Oh, he can't do that. Okay, that's good. Always good to see that Coach Ganus wasn't getting into too much trouble himself. You don't see that very often, having 6 players on the court, no? Well, taking 2 shots is Michael Wedd. And the first shot's Velvet. And the second shot's good as well. Flyers are going to get the ball back here. And now, Pat, we've talked about all throughout this season. We definitely saw it last game against St. Thomas for the Titans, how important these free throws are for both teams. And you really don't want those 2 shots right now in the first quarter to influence you later on in the game.
Well, yeah, those 2 shots right there influenced the Titans there. Down by 7, down by 9 now, almost double digits with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to play in this first quarter.
Nice job by Ryan Reed, calling a jump ball as he is intertangled with Wyckoff. So Makai Reeves might have been the one who caused all the confusion for the Titans, as he was the one who comes in. He tries to trigger it in, and we're going to see a foul called on Chaminade Michael Wedd as he is playing some tough defense over on Verzosa. Kai Reeves this time gets it in way easier as he finds Ryan Reed. Verzosa just past the logo. Finds the angling Reeves. Titans looking to try to find a way to push through the arc. There's Reeves, but he's going to kick it back out. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Verzosa tries to pop a 3. Silk! Excuse me, it was just inside the arc. That's just going to be a long 2 for the Titans. This time it's the Flyers attempting to get a 3, but they're going to get a rebound. That's Lucas Dilling getting the rebound, and keeping it in is Elwood. He throws it off the feet of Ayeye. Inbounds for the Flyers. A long pass intercepted by Ryan Reed. He's going to try to easily push through, but that shot cannot fall in. And this is really getting ugly to watch for the Titans. Here's another long 3 attempt by the Flyers. 11 seconds on the clock. Tristan Thomas, the hero in last game, pushing through and pulling up. Nice job by him as he's going to bag 2 points there. 2 seconds. There's the buzzer beater attempt shot. It just goes off the base of the rim by Kyle Dillon. And that will end the first quarter here at Holy Trinity High School. The score is 16-11 after a rough first quarter. When we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Welcome back here on the Holy Trinity YouTube channel. Jack Lake, Patrick Anello on the call for you all tonight Flyers not having the best first quarter, but they are ahead of the Titans 16-11. But the Titans in the first quarter just could not get a shot to fall. Speaking of falling, we're seeing an offensive foul called on the Flyers here. And that might be the break that the Titans have been looking for. Pat, what went wrong for the Titans in the first quarter, and what can they change up as they move into the second?
Well, the most obvious answer there is just finishing your layups and taking your time with them. I mean, I can't count how many times they've got the turnover, got the ball back, and they just haven't finished at the rim.
Here's Rizzoso at a couple nice shots. He tries to find Thomas in the paint. He's going to step back for a two just inside the stripe. Rebound by Lucas Dillon. Only a sophomore. He's 5'11". He's had some great rebounds so far tonight. And he's going to get called for a double dribble.
Not something you see common here in the high school level. Forgot
Pat,
he already dribbled.
We have a bit of a announcer's curse going on. Every time we say something, it will happen again. So do expect a double dribble some point in the rest of this matchup. Here's Rizzosa just outside the arc as he steps back for three. That's going to pop out like a gopher. Flyers get the ball back, and they're going to pass it. No mistake, Coach Canoose. Titans will get it back at half court. Akai Reeves to trigger it in finds Ryan Reed. Thomas comes out of the paint. The Titans offense seems to be as passing around the arc and waiting for someone after their pass to find a hole to angle in on. There's Ryan Reed with another three attempt that pops in and out. Reset the shot clock. Tristan Thomas for three. Trifecta! And that fires him up. Titans only down by two now.
Well, Thomas taking leadership here. First three of the night for the Titans.
Titans only trailing by two now. Dillon moving along the baseline. Almost loses it, but he's going to pick it back up. Goes over to his brother, who can just scoop it up there for two. Titans in no rush here as Thomas is spinning around. Coach Feeney of the Flyers wants a walk call there on Thomas. And speaking of wanting a call, there's Rizzosa looking for a foul call on his attempted layup. Dillon back at it for the Flyers. This is definitely a high-paced game already. There's a three attempt and a long one by Kyle Dillon that he will sink.
Well, Kyle Dillon can shoot it from anywhere on this court, an all-around player for this Flyers team.
Another layup that the Titans could not get to fall. Powering through a Yeye and easily getting it in is Emmett Nelson. Using his height to his advantage. 6'3" senior in the Rockville Center is Nelson. Ryan Reed almost surprisingly finds Thomas. It just basically falls into his hands. He's fouled on the way up, and after rolling around the toilet bowl, it's going to fall in. Basket counts.
Well, we see Thomas again and again, finishing through contact like he did right there. Gets the lucky roll. Chance at a three-point play, trying to cut into this Flyers lead.
Titans down by 7 still. 5 minutes exactly left in the first half. That shot's going to go bounce off the base of the rim, and getting the rebound is Kyle Dillon. He's going to spin around to the charity stripe, try to arc one in, and Yeye is going to get the rebound. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left to play. Titans trailing 23-16. Yeye powering through, loses it to Lucas Dillon. It's a 2-on-1 here as a nice pass from Wed back to Dillon, as there was only Verzosa stuck left guarding in the paint. That shot's going to pop out And getting the rebound is Thomas. Ryan Reed to Verzosa in the corner for three, goes off the side of the rim, and these Titans cannot catch a break here, neither in the paint or outside the arc. After a little bit of nice dribbling around there, Dylan cannot get his layup to fall. Reeves waits a little bit too long, and this might be time for Coach Knust to call a timeout. I think there might be plexiglass on top of the rims right now because neither team can get a shot to fall. Ayeye plowing through, and he's definitely going to get fouled there, and that kind of ended the last 30 seconds of chaos that we had between these two teams. I know it's still 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to play before we get into halftime, Pat, but what do you think Coach Knust is going to have to say to his players?
Well, he's just going to say to them to finish their layups. Take time with your layups. I think it's just a focus thing at this point, just to finish them.
I think the Titans and the Flyers, but not as much as the Titans, are really rushing here. That is not being used to their advantage. First shot's butter for Ayeye. He's got one more. Titans trailing by 8. One more shot for Ayeye. Bullseye. And we're going to see a timeout taken by Holy Trinity. That's going to use a full timeout. And like Pat said, I think they really need to talk about just slowing down their offense. It is really just, they're so high-paced. And I think they might be used to what they were seeing earlier on in the season where they were lucking out and getting these shots to fall. But now as we get to the, we're in the middle, hard half of our season, you really need to start slowing it down. We're going to see what they do when they come back from the timeout. They trail 25-18 when we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Welcome back here on the Holy Trinity School YouTube channel. Jack Light, Patrick Anello on the call. Has been quite a difficult game so far for the Titans, but still a lot of game left to play. Plowing through is Elwood as he's guarded by Reed. Lucas Dillon definitely been a key component of this Flyers offense. Him along with his brother Kyle Dillon. A sophomore and a senior out of Bayside, and the Flyers are definitely lucky that they have them on the court. Elwood set to pass it in. Nice pass by him as he finds Kyle Dillon. Getting an easy scoop up too. Makai Reeves pushing through, and the Titans can get a scoop shot to fall. Titans trailing by 7 still. Kyle Dillon just outside the arc, passes to Elwood. He's going to hand it over to the other Dillon brother. .12 seconds left on the shot clock. Faking the three and pushing in is Elwood. He's guarded by Ayeye. Nice job on the deflection from Ayeye. Verzosa picks it up, back to Ayeye, plowing through, and that's going to be an offensive foul. And I don't know if I can disagree with that one, Pat. He almost jumped into the arms of Chaminade there. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Ayeye a little too aggressive there. Jumps right into the chest of Dillon and gets called for the offensive foul.
Now, I'm sure it definitely helped that Dillon fell on the floor. But, Ayeye is a big guy. I'd probably be right in the wall if he went into me. There's Dillon spinning around. He's going to bag that shot. That's 2 on the board. They are up by 9 with 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Verzosa's got it just inside the logo. And I think the Flyers did a good job watching some Titans film and seeing how they run their offense. And kicking it into his foot and out of bounds is Michael Wedd.
Well, you can see this Flyers defense, as Jack said, has watched some film on this Titans team. I mean, they're right up in their nose. They can't even get a shot off as they only have 1 3 from Tristan Thomas, who's not really their main shooter on this team. They're really just stopping these shooters. No.
Ayeye plowing through, and that was an easy finger roll. It looks like he almost glided from the charity stripe up to the basket. Pulled the Superman. There's Jake Elwood back at it for the Flyers. Didn't it? It looked like he almost floated right up there. No, just me. Lucas Dillon moving in. He's going to lose a nice defense by the Titans as they're going to force them to pass it around. Kyle Dillon for a really long 3, dead eye. And what can you do to guard that, Pat? I don't think you can do anything. That was just inside the logo, that shot. And Ayeye is going to get called for using his frequent flyer miles, and he is not happy about that one. That might be a combination of calls that he is not happy with alongside the offensive foul. Nice job by Thomas as he blocks the shot of Elwood. And slips around, but he gets the pass off. Verzosa along the baseline, kicks out to Mekhi Reeves for a long 3. Goes off the other side of the rim. Nice spin around shot and floating it right in for 2. It's Michael Wedd. And the Titans are down by double digits for the first time in this game after the last couple of shots by Chaminade. And they are going to lose it again. There's Dillon pushing through, and lucky enough for the Titans, he cannot get that one to fall in. That's a balloon from Ayeye, but nice job by Mekhi Reeves getting the rebound, scooping back up. Difference is back down to 10. Kyle Dillon for another long 3. And that is quite amazing as the buzzer sounds. Chaminade is up 37-24. This is a crazy first half between these two teams, but this is not something that the Titans are not used to. The first time these two teams faced off, Chaminade was leading for quite a little bit of time. So, Pat, what do we think that Coach Gnus has to say to his players?
Well, just have to limit the turnovers there at the end. At the end, they're getting a little bit antsy with the ball, turned over the ball, which led to Dillon hitting 3s, which is the next thing that they have to worry about, is stopping Dillon from outside the perimeter.
We're going to take a look at what happened on a recent trip with Holy Trinity High School students into Washington, D.C.
Every year, thousands of people make their way to Washington, D.C. in January to participate in the March for Life. But what does it really mean? What attracts them there, and why should we all care?
Today, we want to provide you with a better understanding of what the March for Life is and why so many people care about the program.
Well, so March for Life is an event where we gather to pray and create awareness that every life is sacred, and hopefully there can be a legal protection of every life, especially the unborn.
The March has grown greatly. Many people return every year because they feel strongly about standing up for what they believe is right.
I think my favorite part about March for Life was seeing how many people care about this issue and how many people are willing to come out and bear the weather just to stand up for what's right.
A lot of participants are inspired by religious beliefs, specifically the idea that life begins at conception.
I march for all the people who are here today in my life because their mothers said yes to life.
Many schools see it as a chance for students to learn more about the moral teachings of the March and standing up for the right to life.
My experience at March for Life was great. It really opened my eyes and helped me get closer to God and realize how abortion is wrong and we have to fight to stop it ending.
Overall, the March for Life is one of the largest annual events to take place in Washington, D.C. It continues to bring people together regarding the morals of a deeply important issue in society.
Life.
Oh, I enjoyed Mass, especially the Bishop's homily, because he emphasized that what we do, the campaign we are here for, is not just against abortion, but against 20 plus issues of life. So that homily was really good, and I enjoyed it.
What a great trip that was. I was very lucky to be a part of it. You got to see me even more in that interview. Now let's go take a look at what happened at Accepted Students Night at Holy Trinity High School.
Thursday night was a special night for our Titan family. It celebrated the arrival of the future Titans that were accepted into Holy Trinity High School. They had the ability to tour around the school with current students, learn about what Holy Trinity has to offer with teachers, and have some fun getting to know other future Titans. Holy Trinity is very excited to share its own leadership with the future Titans that will be attending the school as they seek unique opportunities to expand their education aside from academics, to sports, art programs, and religious courses.
I think Accepted Students Night is so great because you get to see all the incoming freshmen and the possible new Titans. And for me, I've always loved seeing them make connections and make new friends because I think that's what high school is all about, especially a place like Holy Trinity. I've met so many amazing people who have helped me grow and become a better person, and it's great to watch other freshmen blossom.
We hope our future Titans enjoyed Acceptance Students Night as much as our Holy Trinity student and staff did.
Well, it was a great half between those two teams that we did get to see. Now we're going to see them back at it again. We have 24 seconds before the second half begins. Pat, what do you think Coach Canusa is going to say in these final seconds to his team?
Well, in these final seconds, he's probably just saying to focus up right now, get some turnovers, limit the turnovers, and they should be good to cut into this lead as they're down by 13 now.
Well, let's go see what happens when we come back for the second half. Well, let's see what happens in the second half between these two teams. Scores 37-24. Here's Ryan Reed just outside the arc. Almost gets his pass stolen as he finds Verzosa. Here's Miles in the corner with an attempted three that he cannot get to fall. Flyers back at it, trying to scoop it back up for two is Michael Wedd. He's unsuccessful. Miles Reed now back at it, trying to muscle through, and getting a rebound is Thomas. He's going to put it back up.
Well, we've seen that multiple times tonight from Thomas, getting the offensive rebound and finishing.
Here's Kyle Dillon, and the Titans definitely need to play some close defense on him because he can make a shot from just about anywhere. Now he's under the basket, and maybe he can't make a shot from there as he tries to scoop it up. Unsuccessful. Verzosa now in the corner for three. Mesh!
Verzosa with the clutch three here, cutting in this lead by 8.
So Titans back down only by 8 now. There's Wedd for a long three. He's going to bounce out, and using his long arms, getting the rebound is a Yeye. Back at it, pushing all the way through. Just going to take a shot himself. Can't fall through. And now on the floor with it is Dersh. It's a jump ball called in favor of the Flyers. Nice long pass and confusing the Titans defense. Now back in the corner for a good three is Michael Wedd. Ryan Reed outside the arc finds Verzosa. Miles Reed now planting and just cannot get the layup to fall. It's like deja vu. Miles Reed pushing past the logo, finds a Yeye in the paint, found the way up, the basket counts. Nice job by a Yeye. Hopefully this is the break the Titans need. It's 2 on the board for the Titans. Let's see if we can get one more to complete the three-point play.
Well, as Jack said there, hopefully this is the momentum that can carry them into this comeback here. Down by 9 now, Yay at the line for 1.
Yay looking to finish the three-point play. Sure. That's Elwood inbounding over to Lucas Dillon. Dillon pushing through. Nice job as he attempts the finger roll by Thomas, blocking it. Ryan Reed throws some elbows and gets the rebound. Verzosa for a long three. Bouncing around, just bounces out. Nice rebound by Elwood, only 6'1". Now in the corner for three is Lucas Dillon. Goes off the base of the rim. And Verzosa's back at it. Long three for him. He throws up a balloon. Speaking of throwing up a balloon, there's Dillon to Dillon. And now back to other Dillon. You're going to call for a backcourt violation. Titans only down by 8 here. And something you can point out, Canoes has yet to use a timeout here in this game. Excuse me. He just used one timeout. But you'd think, they might be using a couple more timeouts based on how the game's going right now for the Titans. But he is not. Ayeye finds an angling in Verzosa, who gets his own rebound, and he's going to get fouled on the floor by Wed.
Well, as Jack said there, as Ganous only has used one timeout, as I think he's saving those timeouts for later in the game, as it could be a close game at the end, and having more timeouts at the end could stop the clock and get this comeback going.
Ayeye gets the inbounds pass and finds Reed. Ayeye moving off the screen for 3. No good. 8-point deficit for the Titans. Here's a long 3 from Elwood that he's going to sink. Elwood taking a page out of the playbook of Kyle Dillon. Thomas fakes his long 3 and finds Ryan Reed. Titans back down by 11. They almost lose it, but Ayeye gets it back. He's at the baseline. Guarded closely, spins around. Nice shot attempt by him, but it's going to fall right into the hands of the Flyers. Wed for a 3. It's good. And there's a timeout taken by Coach Ganous. And it seems like just when you can get the Flyers to start taking their layups, they make those. And when you get them to take the long shots, they can make those too. And it really isn't helping when Titans are struggling to make some shots as well. We're going to see what happens when we come back. Titans down 46-32. Welcome back here to the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Jack Light, Patrick Adello on the call. Titans trailing 46-32, and it has definitely been a struggle for this Titans team. Verzosa in to trigger it, over to Miles Reed. Nice job by Thomas angling on the baseline. He can just not get that layup to fall in as he uses a little too much power on that one. Dillon with a step back 3, just goes off the tip of the rim. I wish we had the stats pad and how many layups the Titans have missed tonight. Ayeye, nice job by him, fouled on the way up by Jake Elwood. And he's going to miss the first one. Second shot for Ayeye. Strings. Flyers inbounds it, and here's Lucas Dillon back at it, pushing through along the baseline. Here's his brother now, Kyle Dillon. Back over to Lucas. Titans trailing by 13 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Kyle Dean going to take a three here just from middle. That one's going to pop out like a jack in the box, and getting the rebound is Tristan Thomas. A little too much power there by Ryan Reed. And after missing his layup, he's going to fall through. Now Titans are playing with 4 defenders. And lucky enough, they can get a rebound there after a missed three by the Flyers. Miles Reed now trying to pop up for a shot, and I think the Titans, Pat, are shooting before they even have a chance to compose themselves, Pat. Instead of waiting for the whole team to come back, they're shooting like when everybody's back there. They're playing 2-on-1s, and that's not a game you can expect to win, especially when you're down by 13 here. After a quick referee's timeout, we're back at it. Minute 50 left to play here. Kyle Dean, that's a definition of a scoop shot, and getting the rebound and sinking it back in is the 6'5" Diego Dersch. Thomas's shot is going to get intercepted and taken over by Michael Wedd, who's just going to finger roll it up for 2. And the Titans are down by 17. And dare I say, probably the biggest loss the biggest deficit they've had so far this season. So that's going to cut into it as the Titans can make a nice shot there. And there's a good break for them as there's a travel called on Kyle Dean. Dylan. So, Pat, Titans down by 14 here. I think I've asked you about 6 times what Coach Goose has to say to his players. Let's change it up a little bit. One second, we're going to change something up here as we're going to see a timeout taken by the referees as it looks like they're going to try to remove a fan. And it looks like we're going to see our wonderful new athletic director, Matthew Sloan, who we're going to get for an interview maybe one day soon. He's going to go over and calm down our fan. But like I was saying, Pat, let's change it up a little bit. I've asked you what Coach Cruz has to say to his players. One of these captains on this team, like Tristan Thomas, what should he be saying to his players now?
Well, you know, Thomas has really been the only player doing all things right. You know, he's getting the hustle plays, getting the offensive rebounds, second chance points. And I just think Thomas needs to get under this team's heart and light a fire under them to get this team going.
The only person that could have said that any better himself was Tristan Thomas himself, Pat. Nice job, Pat. Getting fouled on the way up and taking shoe shots now is going to be Miles Reed, the junior out of Westbury, New York. And he's going to miss the first one. But he's going to get the second shot to swirl in. Titans only trailing by 13. Kyle Dillon tries to get a long pass, but Thomas is going to get the other end of it on the other half of the court. Hopefully here's a nice break for the Titans as they can gain a little bit of momentum here. Ryan Reed just outside the arc. .15 seconds left on the shot clock. Thomas angling in, pushing along the baseline, going around backwards and getting fouled on the way up. The basket counts. Tristan Thomas put 2 on the board.
Like I said, Tristan Thomas, he can finish through contact, shows that right there, shows off his physicality, and gets another and one.
looking to turn this into a 10-point play is 10-point game, excuse me, is Tristan Thomas. But he's gonna miss his shot. And back at it is Elwood for the Flyers. And they're gonna let the clock run down as it hits 5 seconds. Stepping back is Lucas Dillon for 3. Just can't bounce in. A nice job by Ayeye, not allowing Gregory Wickoff to get a final two-point shot off. Well, Pat, 8 minutes left to play here in this rather hard to watch game that we've seen so far this season by the Titans. And I say that because this has been such an entertaining team and such a vibrant team, and I just don't see it on the court with them today.
Well, you know, they're trying to go into this fourth quarter, trying to turn things around, trying to light up some energy here in this Titans team.
Well, we're going to see what Coach Canoes can say to his players. 8 minutes left to play on the clock. Can the Titans come back from 11? We'll see when we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Eight minutes on the clock, and a big CHSAA win on the line between the Flyers and the Titans. Miles Reed with it, slipping and falling, and with his foot sliding out of bounds, he's going to hand the ball back over to the Flyers. And after it looked like there was a second that the Titans had a little bit of hope, they slip and fall. And maybe he slipped and fell on that piece of, looks like the referee almost picked up a piece of plastic that he showed all the players before hanging out there. And it looks like that ball was just tipped out of bounds by the Titans after playing some nice defense. Inbouncing it for the Flyers, it's Emmett Nelson. Nelson inbounds it to Kyle Dillon. Dillon at the logo. Flyers up by 11, hands it off to his brother, who's going to take a 3. Makai Reeves gets the rebound and hands it over to Ryan Reed, who sends it to the other side of the court in Thomas. Ayeye with 25 seconds on the shot clock. Charges in, and it's going to be a jump ball called. And it'll go in favor of the Flyers. Kyle Dillon and the Flyers up by 11 here. Spinning around in the paint, and he's going to get fouled on the way up. And the first shot's going to go for out. He's got one more. Dylan's going to make the second one. That's going to bring the deficit up to 12. Titans no stranger to deficits as they pass the ball into their own bench. We're going to see a 30-second timeout called by Coach Ganus. And Pat, I would not want to be this Holy Trinity basketball team tomorrow at practice, that's for sure. This has been a rough one. 6 minutes, 51 seconds left on the clock when we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Well, Titans down by 12. Here's a long three from Dylan, and we know how that goes. Make that 15. This is a tough game for the Titans that they've struggled to get their shots to fall, both with layups and with the long ball. There's a foul called on the floor by the Flyers. Excuse me, on the Flyers. And Verzosa's in to inbounds it. We'll see another foul called on the floor by Kyle Dillon. Take a look at the standings in the league right now. Titans are at the top of it, 6-1. Chaminade in second at 5-3. So a loss today would not bring the Titans into second place, but it still will sum up quite nicely the last 3 games the Titans have played, which have not gone very well. Titans still having 1 more home league game. Excuse me, 2 more home league games against St. Mary's and St. Anthony's, and they're still away against Kellenberg and St. John the Baptist. Kai Reeves going to make his first shot. That shot's going to go off the base of the rim. Getting the rebound is Verzosa. Overpowering the layup, maybe on purpose, maybe not. As the other rebound was Makai Reeves, and he's going to miss his layup as well. And Kyle Dillon's back out, and he's going to get stopped by Verzosa. He's going to get called for a foul there. And Pat, I think the Titans have really come to a tough spot in their season. You know, a little just past the halfway point of it. You know, played a lot of tough teams, did a great job, and now I really just think they have to get over that hump.
Well, you know, they came into this season being undefeated as they start off the season with no losses, and you know you're gonna come across a little tough patch in the season, as this is what this Titans team is going through right now. What you got to do is just work hard and just fix those problems. Try to fix those problems here.
There's another shot that the Titans cannot get to fall. Again, the rebound is Miles Reed. Throws it off the ankles of Tristan Thomas, who's going to put it back up and fouled on the way up. Miles Reed's pass went right off the shins of Tristan Thomas. He chucked that one. That had to hurt. Thomas is just trying to move his leg around a little bit. Ref decided if he's going to call a timeout, but Thomas still has 2 more shots to take. Thomas is skipping around, but that does not look good. He's just going to take a couple steps. So he lost feeling in that left leg. Here's 2 shots, looking to cut the deficit down to 12. First one's good. Second shot's good as well. Nice job by Miles Reed as he gets the steal here. Titans down by 12. And they throw it away. Titans get the ball back here. 5 minutes, 41 seconds left to play. And they're going to get called for too many seconds, waiting to pass it in. It's like every call that could possibly happen in the game of basketball has happened today against the Titans. And we're going to see a timeout called. Taken by Chaminade, their first of the game. When we come back, Flyers and the Titans, 12-point difference. When we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Welcome back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Jack Light, Patrick Anello on the call. Quite a tough game here at Holy Trinity High School. But it's about time we had one. The Titans have a great season so far. And a nice steal there for a Yeye. Goes over to Miles Reed, and he's going to finger roll it up for 2. And let's see if the Titans can get something going here. They only trail by 10 right now. And Pat, something that there hasn't been a lot of today, substitutions on both sides of the court. Some of Kai Reeves coming for quite a little bit. He's still in currently. Came in for Tristan Thomas, who's struggling on that leg. Nice job by the Titans. They're going to get an intercepted pass there. Yeye pushing through on the paint. Oh, and he's going to get called for a jump ball there. And all 4 of the Titans coaches stood up in unison there, in disbelief. Here's Ryan Reed now. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. They got to start moving, the Titans. And they pass it away. And the attempted person there was Verzosa. I see Thomas come on in for Reeves. We can add on to the shooting and the layups, the passing. That's definitely also been a struggle. There's a long pass all the way over to Elwood. He's going to try to lay it in there for 2. No good. Rebound by Ayeye. Here's Thomas going into the corner, finding Ryan Reed. Fakes a shot, pops a 3. Trifecta! Titans down by 7. 4 minutes left to play. What can the Titans do? Kyle Dillon in the paint, kicks it out to Elwood. Fakes the shot, guarded by Miles Reed. Goes off the rim. Rebound by Verzosa. Finds Ryan Reed, and these two teams, it's about to get scrappy. Another long 3 for Ryan Reed. Goes off the tip of the rim, and getting the rebound is the 6'5" Diego Dersch. Jump ball, Flyers ball. And we see a foul called on the Titans. Just under 4 minutes left to play. There's Elwood with a long pass in to Lucas Dillon. And we're going to see a foul called on Ryan Reed here. And Titans are not happy about that one, but neither is Ryan Reed. I don't know, Pat. I think I might have saw that one there. Elwood at the top of the key finds Lucas Dillon, who goes into his brother for a corner 3. No good. Rebound by Ayeye. And he basically looked like he just let go of it and it went out of bounds. So, Flyers ball once again. They find Elwood at the logo. He's going to take his time here.
Flyers looking to chew time here. Up by 7, 3 minutes left to play in this last quarter.
Nice steal by the Titans. And they lose it. But there is a foul on the floor called on the Flyers. So Titans only down by 8 here, and they did hold the Flyers quite well there. Excuse me, 7. Math is hard. But they haven't been scoring a lot either. So while they are holding the Flyers, they need to get on the other side of the court and start scoring.
Well, me and Jack said before, as we said in these earlier games, that these free throws matter, as these two are crucial for Miles Reed and the Titans here.
Nice job, Pat, jinxing Miles Reed. He misses the first one. And this definitely might have been a little bit closer game if we could have made these free throws. And the second one's good. Titans down by 6 here. Definitely a game here. 3 minutes left to play. Anything could happen. Nelson guarded by Ayeye. He's at the logo. Ayeye doing a good job pushing him back. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Ayeye playing some great defense, and the fans are hyped up, and Coach Feeney will call a timeout. Pat, and now Titans only down by 6 here. This is definitely a game, and the closest it's been so far, that's for sure. What do we think the Titans need to do? I think they still really need to start slowing it down, but there is 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. What do you think?
Well, I think they have enough time to slow the game down, run some plays, control their offense, and just limit these Flyers, from getting these outside shots, as they can knock them down from anywhere on the court.
Thanks, Pat. 54-48 when we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Nice steal attempt by Verzosa, but it will go get tipped out of bounds. "13 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice job by Ayeye, playing some good defense. And that is a 5-second call, which we did see already, called on the Titans, but now this time it was called on the Flyers.
Huge turnover there for the Titans, getting the ball back.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here for the Titans. Verzosa's got it at the logo. They got to start moving as they are still trailing by 6. Verzosa moving in at the paint, chucking it up. Nice job by Thomas as he flicks it over to Ayeye. Now he's going to push through and laying it in. Finger roll. Titans down by 4. Ayeye is going to have to keep up that great defense that he's been playing. And he got tipped out of bounds by him. Flyers ball at half court. Lucas Dillon gets the inbounds for the Flyers. And this game has gotten me and Pat on the edge of our seats after we were sleeping in them about 10 minutes ago. Kyle Dillon with 10 seconds left to play, guarded by Miles Reed. Kicks it into the corner, long 3 attempt for the Flyers, that's good. Titans back to being down by 7. Thomas, corner 3. No good, it falls out. Dillon gets the rebound. He's going to send it back over to Diego Dersch. Dersch finds Dillon. We're going to see a timeout called by Chaminade. Titans still down by 7. A tall task with 1 minute and 21 seconds left to go. We'll see what happens when we come back here on the Holy Trinity High School YouTube channel. Nice inbounds pass for Chaminade. Now they're just going to let the clock run down. 1 minute and 15 left to play here. And we can begin the fouling going on. The first one's going to be taken by the Titans. And the first shot's good. And the second shot's good as well. Titans down by 9. Rososa in the corner for 3. No good as it goes off the side of the rim. Dylan over to Wed. And after we saw the Titans get the win at Chaminade just a couple weeks ago, the Flyers have come to Hicksville, and they have done quite a nice job themselves tonight. Ryan Reed back at it, 55 seconds left to play, and he's going to get called for an offensive foul. And the Titans cannot catch a break today. This has been a tough one, Pat. Flyers inbounds it, 50 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Titans are going to foul once again. They trail by 10. And the first shot's good. From Diego Durst, the 6'5" junior out of Garden City. He's got one more. And that one's going to fall in as well. And with 28 seconds left to play, the shot clock is off. We'll see what Coach Caduce is going to tell his team if they'll be fouling or not. I have to imagine that they will not be, and they're just going to let the clock run down here, Pat. What went wrong for the Titans here today, Pat?
Well, I think we've all seen it. They can't finish those layups, those fast break layups. Even the ones in the standard offense, they just can't finish at the rim. And definitely something to work on them in practice tomorrow, incoming this week, and for the rest of the season. And the Flyers played exceptionally well with their defense. Their pressurized defense got these Titans to force those forced layups and that they couldn't finish. And that's what led them to this loss.
Yeah, the next match for the Titans will be on Friday, and Coach Caduce might have some busy practices before them over the next 2 days. They will face off against Kellenberg at Kellenberg on Friday. Of course, the Titans in the better half of that first matchup. Titans will move to 6-2 in league play, and Chaminade, on the other half of things, who is in second place, is going to move to 6-3. So the wins are all tied up here between the two first place teams of Holy Trinity and Chaminade. It was quite a game between these two teams, but the Titans just could not get the better half of it. So after a tough one, the final score of today's match between the Flyers of Chaminade and the Titans of Holy Trinity High School is the Flyers 62 and the Titans 50. For Patrick Godello, I'm Jack Lake. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday against St. Mary's.